List of next steps to make it easy for you.
We're going to do that too? Okay, yeah, I would like to do it on my side only because this is going to be my first solo act on this side, but we'll get into that, I guess, in a couple of
So where are you located at?
Cool. I'm located on Long Island, Suffolk County. I don't know if you know.
I love Long Island. New York's awesome. It's an amazing place.
Well, what I tell people is if you were going to the Hamptons from Manhattan, you'd be 2/3 of the way, miles-wise, if you stopped at my house, had an adult beverage, and bought some regular price, supplies. Then you'd be halfway to your destination because the island just gets narrower and narrower as you get out towards the Hamptons. But I'm due south of Stony Brook University.
Oh, very nice.
So,
it's a beautiful area.
It is, and I just found some biking trails around that I've been here pretty much my whole life, and I just found backroading biking is just something new for me. We got some hills here, so got a little geo. Where are you, Mike?
I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah. I live about 30-40 minutes from Salt Lake, right by a Utah lake. So I've got mountains on one side, lakes on the other.
You're doing all right, Mike.
I'm doing all right. But I've been with PRGX for about 3 years.
Hold up a second. You know what? Let me record this if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Can we do that? Thanks. You guys are going to go silent and off camera until you approve, and then you get back up. And then you have to, just want to let you know. Thanks. Here we go. Mike and Monty, thanks for joining. So let me introduce myself a little bit, and then Mike, you can take off.
Okay.
Monty, you can follow him. My name is Bob Curran. I was an operations exec at AIG for about 18 years, and I'm currently working with QBE as a lead process improvement. And part of that, I've got to know the sponsor on another project, and he's asked me to help the team of procurement, operations, and legal to kind of work through some of our contracts that we have with external vendors. So what I'm hoping is you got my little blurb, and you can kind of play that back to me as we start up, right? Just to make sure that we're aligned. And this is more of a getting to know you pre-NDA position. So
that's fine.
I'm conscious of what we can and can't say. But we just wanted to kind of get a sense of what PRG could help, where it could possibly help us. PRGX.
So everything
I guess in my research, it just came up PRG.
So everything we've built today, Robert. So my name is Mike Taylor. I've been at the company for 3 years as an account executive. Everything you're going to see today is related to contract compliance and optimization, just like you had mentioned a second ago. In terms of being able to not only look at contracts, but look at things like terms and conditions, look at things like pricing. At the same time, managing those supplier relationships, right, and ensuring that those relationships remain strong as we go through and help you collect money. Just to kind of high level that for you. What I'd like to do is I'd love to understand what are the 2 or 3 things you'd like to get out of today's meeting, and then what I'm going to do is give you the 5-minute rundown of PRGX, talk you through our contract compliance and optimization. And then we can talk next steps. How does that sound?
That's about what I was looking for. Yeah, Mike, that's perfect.
So why don't you go ahead and go through that? What are the 2 or 3 things you'd love to get out of this today?
We'd like to be able to see where we have an opportunity to optimize our pricing. Where we have some concerns about not so transparent pricing with some of our vendors, and we want to kind of get to the root cause of that. We've been working on this for a couple of years, so we also want to kind of look for services that some of our admitted services providers. We want to look for things that we can get in and out of relatively easy, or negotiate, better pricing. That's really what we're looking here. We're looking to kind of reduce our national contracts exposure. There's a lot of companies in there, but obviously there's one that I'm kind of focused on, and we're just looking to see what we can do from a negotiation standpoint and/or, kind of validation of our feelings and our findings.
Nice.
Is that clear?
Yeah, it does. Clear as day. I like it. So let's go ahead and give you a quick overview of PRGX. I am going to talk through our contract optimization and compliance to give you an idea of what that is. But PRGX is a recovery audit company. We've been around for 50 years. We are the big gorilla in this space. We also have the largest contract compliance team within the industry. In terms of what we do, we help recover money for your organization, right? So we are a global organization. We operate across the globe. We have over 1,500 employees. Our average tenure is about 14 years per auditor. Like, people stay at our company, which can be a huge advantage to you because you're going to recover anywhere from 29 to 30% more money partnering with our organization than you're going to with any of our competitors. So we do have 300 plus clients. We work both on the commercial and the retail side. We do have finance and insurance companies that we partner with now. Some examples of that on the contract compliance side or anything like tech spend. We also do a lot on the staffing side where you could potentially recover some money. But that gives you an idea of who PRGX is from a high level. Does that make sense?
It does. Yep.
All right. So when it comes to what we do, we have AP recovery audits. What we're looking for there is we're looking for billing errors and duplicate payments, just to kind of be able to identify that through your AP data. So that's one section. The section that you're most interested is on the contract management side. And there's really a couple of areas to that. There's contract compliance, where we're holding suppliers accountable for the terms and conditions, the pricing, the SLAs that are within a contract, and negotiating and working with each supplier to recover any money that should be there. The second thing we do is contract optimization, which I'll show you kind of a cool visual, but imagine a funnel, right, where we're dumping all your contracts in. We're using our proprietary AI system to be able to identify how are your terms and conditions, how is your pricing, how is the overall structure of the contract, but also helping you improve that contract language moving forward so that any future contract that you have will be buttoned up, right? And then finally, we have contract monitoring. So we're able to take your current contracts and monitor what's in them, and we're able to help you identify what are the most critical contracts that you have and where should you focus your attention when it comes to doing contract compliance work. So any questions on that before we move forward?
No, not yet.
All right. So once again, just to kind of go through this, contract compliance, we're basically, again, going through looking at your existing contracts to find money, discounts, or benefits you should have received on your current contracts or from the past. Optimization, we look at your current contracts to help you analyze them, but also renegotiate the terms and the pricing. And then contract monitoring, we're looking at all your important contracts so that you don't miss any renewals, any price changes, or any obligations that you have within those contracts. So just to kind of, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here to give you an idea of kind of, again, a visual of what I like to show. But imagine, again, dumping those contracts in, using our AI tools to identify where there's leakage, and then using our best practices to be able to understand how to improve your contracts, but also where to focus your audit. What we would recommend is taking all of your contracts and then maybe selecting a pilot group of 6 to 10 contracts to say, hey, here are all the contracts that we have, and typically we focus, by the way, on any contracts that are 10 million or more in spend over a 3-year period. And we're gonna say, hey, based on our past experience, you should go focus on these 5 to 10 contracts, and we should do an audit. Over 80% of the spend or the recoveries that you're gonna find are gonna be in those groups of contracts. So, and the only way we make money, just to let you know, is if we're able to identify errors within those contracts and we're able to help you recover money. So again, it's really a win-win for your organization and for ours.
Okay. I don't think we're at the commercial stage on that one, so we'll hold those questions for later. Do you have a high level on how that works in terms of the savings between the two companies?
Yeah, so it's typically anywhere from 3 to 5% of the overall what we're auditing that we're able to recover. And that's on the higher end compared to a lot of our competitors that are out there in terms of contract compliance work that we do. But again, and typically we charge, I'm just going to tell you up front, I would say anywhere on the low end, 18 to 20%, upwards of 25 to 30% in terms of
the savings.
A flat contingency rate on what we're able
Okay.
to recover for your organization.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
So
And
what are your
thankfully
thoughts?
we're recording. So I'm a little concerned about all contracts, to tell you the truth, because we would probably want to go at this a little bit slower, and I don't want to assume that your process would include all of them. We want to probably stay a little bit more on the underwriting side, procurement, what we're doing, not the tech side.
That's fine.
And again, what we're looking for is direction, some guidance, but also understanding of when we have to stop negotiating and kind of cut bait, right?
So what we would do is we would get an NDA in place with you. We would actually ask for a spend list of any suppliers of 10 million or more. And then what we would do is our operations team would literally look at the list and say, hey, maybe start with this small group. And then that's free, by the way. We would not charge you to look at those and say, hey, based on the spend list, like I just got a spend list from a hospital out of Canada. They gave me a list of about 20 to 30 suppliers that over 10 years had 10 million in spend. I literally went to my team. We broke it down to 5 suppliers. So they're starting at a very small spot, right? And it could be one contract that you want to start with too, right?
Okay, perfect.
And then grow it from there.
Yes, that would be the plan without telling you the plan. Yeah, the idea would be we have our most complicated one right now. We want to probably assess that. There's a few others we have coming up for renewal too, but some of that we have to continue that relationship. It's more about for us seeing if we can find parties that can reduce it like we're doing here or swap out. And I know that's not you guys, but understanding who does similar work, to our vendors now. If there was insight there, that would be helpful for us as well.
So I would love to get an NDA in place just as a starting point. I don't know if you
Me too.
If you have a mutual.
We do.
Yes.
So we have one. If it's okay, I'll send it out to you guys via my procurement. Okay.
That's perfect.
All right, Mike. It's very aggressive on a Friday.
Aggressive on a Friday, you know it.
Try to do it before noon. So Monty, who are you in PRGX?
So I'm on I partner with Mike, so I am the initial point of contact whenever we have any kind of inbound, and I'm usually looking for folks